Good morning. It is March 11th. That's a Tuesday. And I am back from Norway. It was a good trip, very good trip. Rainy, grayish, windy, but that's how it is. And also it's been like that in Santiago. I think a little bit grayish, with some rain. I think there was a little bit of a storm coming through last week when I was gone. But I talked to two pilgrims yesterday that have walked the Camino Portuguese, and they said they walked the Costa, the coastal route, and it was fine. So I guess it all depends on your expectations, I guess. If you're prepared for the rain and the wind, it's fine. As for pilgrims, I think we're about 300, 400 Compostelas a day. So it's itching up a little bit. We're about a month away from Easter, just over a month. Of course, Easter is that's when it starts. A lot of people use Easter vacation as a starting point and maybe do a little bit of walking over Easter, or maybe start in Easter and then finish all the way to Santiago if you walk the 4 weeks from France. So there's more pilgrims in town, in the streets, but there's not a lot. But of course, in the beginning of January and February, we had about 100 Compostelas a day. Now we're up to 300, 400. I think some days we're down to 200. Depends on the day. But I'll see if I can put a screenshot of the numbers so you can get an idea. I think we're up 20, depending on the day, but 21, 22% up from the same time last year. But it's very early on. And as someone mentioned in the YouTube comments on my last video when I was talking about the increase from last year, we are about 1%. 1% of the pilgrims that came in last year have come in this year. So we still have 99% of pilgrims still have to arrive. So it's very early on to draw any conclusions if this year is going to be a good year or not. But it's it's another year. It's been 20 now. 20. This is my 21st season doing this. So traditionally, Easter is the time when things starts to pick up. Before I went to Norway, I think I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do a trip to Portugal. And that was interesting. We had it was a day. It was like a seminar kind of a thing, where the tourist bureau from Portuguese side and the tourist bureau from the Galician side have made a project where they are collaborating, trying to make the northern Portugal and Galicia become more one unit tourism-wise, and they were wanting to know a little bit about what we are missing, what things we should, be improving. And so we had a nice little meeting there where we talked about things that could be better. For example, like a train line from Santiago to Porto. That would be nice, because now it's a bit of a mess because you have to change the trains and then you have to take it. It's a bit of a mess. Anyway, so we talked about that. So it was nice. The most interesting things that I did learn though that day was that I made some contact in some Portuguese companies that do transportation. One of them is GoTravelEverywhere.com. I talked to Hugo, a very nice Portuguese guy. He does run that company, or at least is one of the people that run it. And they do transportation from Porto and up. They're going to start now do day by day transfer as well. I know a lot of other people do it as well, but I might talk to Hugo and we might start collaborating a little bit. So you might see on the forum in a week or two ways where you could book a trip with him. And he can take you from Porto to Santiago, and also can pick you up in Santiago and take you back to Porto if that's what you want. He has taxis, and he has, or not taxis, they're like private car, like town cars. And he also has a little minivan, I think up to 6 or 7 people, I think he said. Anyway, so that was interesting to see him and meet him, and that was kind of the most benefit that I got out of that trip anyway. As for anything else going on, we are selling tons of guidebooks. As you can see behind me, all these books you see in the shelves you can find on the online store. I sell credentials. We're selling a lot of them. Just before I finish, I've added a few more things to the store. I wanted to let you know. Here's a little bit of an aluminium cup that has one of these hooks on it that you clip on your backpack. It's $7.90. It's made of one piece of aluminium. Practical. Not maybe for everyone, but it's available if you're interested. As you know, I work with Altus because I sell the poncho that people seem to like. So I have started I bought in some walking poles because I know they do a lot of work with walking poles because they are. By the way, Altus is the company that makes a lot of the equipment for the Spanish army. So they have been doing this for a long time. So I decided I'm going to get in 2 types of walking sticks. I'm not an expert on walking sticks, but I thought I've been looking on the various websites in the US, for example, and Canada, looking for prices and see how Altus compared to the ones that I saw there. And I think they're pretty good price-wise. I think they're pretty good competitive. And I know you have to ship them and everything, but I think, for example, this one is the Altus Bamboo. I'll put this up on the screen. When it's folded, it's like this. It is. What does it say here? It says when it's folded, it's 36 centimeter. When it's maximum extended, is 125 centimeter. And the minimum when it's extended is 115 centimeters. It's made of aluminium. It says here a weight 250 grams. So it's pretty light. It's 69 euros. And we can. You ask, can you ship it? Yes, we can ship it because it's so small. When you fold it up, we can totally ship it in the mail or with DHL. So this is an option if you're interested in walking sticks. If you haven't really walked with walking sticks and wonder why should you use sticks to walk, isn't that just for skiing? I would go to the forum and do some searches. It seems people find walking with walking sticks to be helpful. So that's one model. That's the Altus Bamboo. All right. So the other walking stick, the other pair that I'm selling is the Altus Acebo H30, and this is when it is folded, it is 60 centimeters. It's a little bit longer because this doesn't fold over like that. This just extends out. There's no folding, but still I could totally ship this. Maximum, when it's extended, the maximum is 125 centimeters. The advantage with this one, though, is that it's carbon fiber. So it's lighter. This one is 190 grams. So this is what it looks like when it's out, and it's definitely, you could feel it's much lighter. So I think that's a pretty good price if you look for carbon fiber walking poles, 95 euros. So if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description of this video, and we'll send you one if you are interested. And I know it's shipping and you have to pay for the shipping and everything, but if you get your guidebook and your walking poles and everything together and credential, it's in the same package. So I think that's it. For next week, if you have questions or if you have any ideas for topics I should bring up on the videos, let me know in the comments. Getting closer to Easter, as I said, a lot of people are probably Some of you are probably just about on your way to the airport almost. So anyway, happy planning, buen camino, and hope things are good where you are. See you soon. Ciao.